CASA is court-appointed special advocates for children. We work in Philadelphia County to support children in foster care in our county to change a child's story, to help them recover from and thrive as they journey through the foster care system and find permanency.
I mean, I think we have to remember that in Philadelphia alone, as of last year, there's about 3,100 children in foster care in Philadelphia foster care system. I have been involved in foster care for a very long time. I used to write about foster care, and I got involved in that because I myself was in foster care. So I just felt led to do something more based on my experience.
So I used to be a foster care case manager in Delaware County, and one of my hardest cases had a CASA volunteer assigned to it. And so I saw the impact that he had. I'm actually still in touch with him and the family of that kid today. I mean, I think when we do our jobs, we're their voice. We make sure that everyone on their team is doing what they're supposed to do. We hold them accountable and make sure they get the best possible outcome from their time in the system.
The basics of being a court-appointed advocate is you're there to advocate for the child on the child's behalf. But in order to do that, you have to build a relationship with the child. I make an effort in getting to know the child. It's not necessarily doing a check-in, you know? Sometimes it's basics like, hi, how are you today? They aren't gonna open up to you if they don't trust you. They aren't gonna open up to you if they just feel like you're another person in the system. Once I have built that relationship, then I feel like I can have more accurate information to do the actual technical work of being a court-appointed advocate, which is calling the schools, calling, all staying in contact with their lawyer, staying in contact with the social worker, and then honestly kind of following up to make sure that the things that were supposed to happen from the judge's orders at court are actually taking place.
Primarily, I'm responsible for the children's well-being as a volunteer, working along with the other individuals that might be in the children's life. But I specifically focus on the children's well-being.
Just having people in their lives that know how to access systems and resources and how to get them into that next chapter is so important, especially when they're coming from the system where they're largely underserved and they're in homes that maybe aren't in it for the right reasons.
So as a nonprofit, we rely on funding from fundraising to donations to grants. So we're always looking, our ability to serve more children is really just based on our ability to have money, to have staff to support those volunteers. So funding is incredibly important, and it's really our only restriction on the number of kids that we can serve every year.
While there's a lot of good people doing good work, it's not enough, right? Our system can't support it monetarily. There aren't enough funding for it. And a lot of people who aren't part of the system at all just simply don't know about the predicament these kids in foster care are in.
There are a lot of children out there that really need individuals that are going to be in their corner. And primarily for men, there is a shortage of men in the program. And primarily also there is a number of African American males that I think it's important that they see someone that looks like them, sounds like them to some degree, and build a relationship with them.
I'm sure anyone that's hearing this has friends or family that's always thought about doing something along these lines of giving back and would potentially volunteer, so just get the word out as far as the work that we do and how you can get involved.
And for me, it gives me gratification. I've been blessed, and my responsibility is to give back. You don't just hear it for yourself. So it is important, and since I do have that knack to be able to work with children, communicate, and interact well with them, that I do that give back because, what's the use if you can't help somebody else in this life?
So at CASA Philadelphia, we need volunteers who will work directly with kids. We need people who, if they can't volunteer, will be our financial champions, consider a donation, or be a sustaining donor giving to us once a month, be a sponsor for our events, or just spread the word. Maybe you know someone in your social network who you think would make a great volunteer, and let them know about CASA, because not everyone knows about our program. Help support CASA's mission to help change a child's story.